Hey everybody, welcome to the ReCoop. I'm Cooper Daniels and I'm a guy that knows a little about a lot. And today I am here with Wilder Stubbs. He is the CMO of AlgoGems and NFX Labs. What is NFX Labs, by the way, Wilder?
So NFX Labs is the French company which also runs the AlgoGems side of the business, which is the
Got it.
NFT marketplace everybody knows about.
Yeah,
NFX Labs is the company, AlgoGems
got
is
it.
the product.
Got it. And so, yeah, AlgoGems is a French, the team that created that is a French
Yeah,
team, right? Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
All right.
Leon, France. They know each other growing up. It's a very unique team. I feel they all know each other. They all speak French, and I'm the person who knows English as a first language on the team. That's one of my what I bring to the table.
Wait, his name is Leon France?
No, Leon, France is the town that they all come
Oh,
from. Leon,
I
France.
was
No, the CEO is
oh, Leon.
Audrey. Audrins, yeah.
Okay. I was like, man, he's French and his last name's France. They do it. Cooper, United States of America here, everybody. All right. So, okay. This is already derailed. Well, we met each other a couple of weeks ago in Austin. We had some fun together. I'm
Yes.
surprised
Yeah.
you're not wearing your headline shirt, by the way.
No, I decided to actually wear the AlgoGems merch today, but
Okay.
the Pima
I'm sure.
cotton in Austin was the solution. This is for Denver weather, not
Yeah.
not for Austin.
Right.
It was beautiful.
All right. Where are you right now? Are you in?
I'm in Canada right now. I'm just
Yeah.
outside of Toronto, and it's snow on the ground, freezing rain. So I miss it. I miss it a little bit.
All right, so let's talk. Let's talk a little bit in case people don't know who you are, or why don't you give me a little background on Wilder and how you got to blockchain, how you got to AlgoGems, or Algorand in general.
Yeah, so my first exposure to blockchain was 2017 as a line cook, and people were actually talking about Doge, and it was like buy some Doge, and people would buy Doge on a shift and then be like, I tripled my money in the last 8 hours, and
Wow.
then sell it. And it was a very interesting thing. I was curious about it, but I didn't know anything about the technology. It was purely like a speculative, this is going to do well, so let's buy it because my friends are telling me to buy it. I've learned
you had nice friends if they were telling you about Doge in 2017.
They were onto something, but it was something that I couldn't hold the asset. I wasn't trained enough, didn't have the resolve, didn't know why I should hold it. So me getting into it, people gave me the advice of why I should get in, but they didn't give me the advice of why I should hold it or when I should sell it. So I've definitely evolved from then. That was 2017. Jumped to 2019, 2020, right in there. It was really the GameStop. When Robinhood got frozen, that was when I was looking for an alternative to traditional finance or something else where there was what I feel was more equal opportunity. And I started to look seriously at blockchain, at Bitcoin at first.
Of course.
Learned about that, learned about proof of work, kind of became like a Bitcoin maxi for a little bit because that's all I knew about. So then I really rallied behind that. I got one miner, way noisier than I thought it would be. So that quickly had to find like a co-location spot for that. But I got into it. I was interested in the mining side of it at first. And I really got into it with graphics cards. But the dilemma with when I got the graphics cards and when I started to mine with them was if I'm playing video games right now, I'm not mining, and it was incentivizing me to use my graphics card for video rendering or Ethereum mining. And then what do I do with my free time? I just started learning more. Learned about a lot of other proof of work chains, but ultimately I watched a Lex Friedman podcast, and with Silvio, and I was like,
God, this is
inspired.
This podcast, man. Well, yeah, it was such a good interview, and he conducts great interviews too. And but in general, I hear the story. That was really we share the same thing. That was really where Algorand. I had heard of Algorand, but that podcast also, that episode of that podcast really kind of brought me to it too.
Yeah, that was very, very inspiring, and it felt like someone with the right morals behind it. Like it was a very much like, just as much as the tech made sense, it felt right as well. Like it wasn't impacting the environment in a negative way. The technology was great. The person who made it felt like the kind of person who would make the blockchain that you would want to be a part of. Someone who's doing it and who understands it fully. And
for sure.
Got very, very inspired from that. Really started learning about Algorand, but there was no DeFi at that time. So I started to look for ways to get involved. And my real first step into Algorand was with Yieldly. That was when I actually got in. So I bought Yieldly when it first was available, and I staked it. I had some algo in the lottery, and that was like my first experience using the chain. And yeah, I've kind of sort of transitioned into this space fully now. I love the chain, and I love the tech behind it.
Awesome, man. And so then AlgoGems came around. So how did you get involved with AlgoGems?
So first I got involved as an investor. That was how I first found it. There was a pre-sale available where it was the sale of the future governance token, the utility token that we now currently utilize. But back then it was just like, what are we going to deliver? This is what we will have. And I got involved with that. It was a very basic sale where you put algo in, they send you gems back. And I got involved in that in the very first round, actually, of their three-tier sale, and didn't really come back to the project for 2 months, I want to say, after that. Just when the marketplace went live, dabbled a little bit, bought an NFT, one or two, but what I was really impressed with was how quick everything was compared to I've had transactions fail on Solana. I've had transactions under gas on Ethereum, but to date, I've never had an Algorand transaction not go through. Right? If either user error every single time, never the chain's fault. And I think Binance is probably the only other chain that I've experienced that on, honestly. Like, Binance is a very quick, responsive system, but it's not carbon negative. It's a fork of Ethereum, and it's really not like the reason why I'm drawn to Algorand, which was kind of that feeling, the morality, I say the wholesomeness of the chain, but it's like it's everything. It's the whole product to me is where I want to be. So yeah, that was what my first experience with AlgoGems was, the pre-sale, coming back and trying out the marketplace. And from there, it was like I really started to get pulled into crypto communities. I got really involved in the Telegram. I started to do English edits for free, where I was just going on the website, snipping off portions that the English wasn't correct, because English is not the first language of the team. So a lot of broken English. I would go in and I'd say, change this, capitalize this, punctuation here. This word does not exist in English. Things like that. And
you're from Canada. Do you speak French at all? No.
The little bit. Like I can actually hear people speaking French and pick up a fair bit, but communication-wise, very base level. Writing, even worse. I know it, but not well. I'm doing Duolingo, but it's not consistent. I will say. I'll be honest. I need to put a little more work into that and a little less time posting stickers in my Telegram price chat.
No, just keep posting stickers. You're fine. So. It's gonna be fun. So what year or what point, what time frame are we talking? When's this first pre-sale?
This first pre-sale was in May or June, I believe,
of last
year.
And
that was when I don't even think the marketplace, I think it was My Pick NFT at the time,
right.
And it was being transitioned into this, like, using a token for governance, using a token to moderate the platform. That's always been the vision, and that's what got me interested, because I was looking for utility tokens, not community tokens. I'm looking for things that had utility, and this was for me was like my kind of step into that. And Yieldly was still like my very first experience, so I am a little connected to Yieldly, and I do still think Yieldly is a good project, but to me, I started to move over from Yieldly into something AlgoGems, which I felt had more utility, but that was that was a while ago. So
Yeah, so you've been here with AlgoGems from the beginning. In case anybody
yeah.
doesn't know, I don't even feel like we've said this yet, but AlgoGems is an NFT marketplace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. AlgoGems is an NFT marketplace with a DAO for content moderation and curation.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We'll get there. We'll get
yeah,
there.
we'll end off with that. That'll be the final. Yeah. By the way.
Yeah, at the end. By the way, this is what AlgoGems is. All right, everyone, have a great day. All right, so so what is AlgoGems? Okay, so what drew you to this? So we have a few different NFT marketplaces on Algorand. There's you have Rand, you have AB2, you have AlgoGems, and then you have more of the like art focused like Dartroom and Zestbloom.
Yeah.
And is that about? Would you say that's accurate?
There are some more, and I'm like, I think it's Abris.io, NFT
Right.
Jam was around, AlgoDrop.io is doing like a shuffles focused marketplace. There's competition out there. There are multiple flavors of NFT marketplaces, if you will, but I think right now, if you talk about marketplaces that have like a full suite of features, I think that's and I'm going to include shuffles in this. It's AlgoX NFT.
Oh yeah, that's
Gems. Yeah, AlgoX NFT, Gems, Rand, and I believe that there are. I don't know if AlgoDrop has the. I think they have more of the advanced features, but really, I think there's only like 4. I think I'm going to include Zestbloom in that, as I know they have shuffles and they will be released somewhat soon. Maybe not directly onto Zestbloom, but they do have shuffles.
Yeah, but is Gems the only, or is AlgoGems the only one with the token?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Gems is the only one with the token.
Yeah, and the token is, is kind of a pioneer in the space as well. It's one of the first tokens to be listed on a centralized, one of the first ASAs to be listed on a centralized exchange, right?
Yes, I think we're the third, or I think it was Yieldly the buy token, which I don't know very much about actually, but I think it was Yieldly buy token and then us, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, we were one of the first. It was it didn't do very good for the token didn't do very well from that listing.
It did no favors to Gems holders, but you're there.
Yeah, we're there. And I think like when we're like now just talking about centralized exchanges, MAXC, we support. We think you can go there right now. Unfortunately, Probit has had a lot of issues with supporting their Algorand side of the marketplace, whether it's withdrawals or being able to deposit. Or I'm recommending to people, if you want to use a centralized exchange, use MEXC for now. We're going to make a post when we think Probit's ready to use. They have a much better withdrawal fee, and we think they're going to be the premium service when they have it figured out. But if you're hearing this and you're interested in using a centralized exchange, MEXC is the way to go. Or Humble Swap. Like Humble Swap has been a great place since I've started using it. So I'll throw my little Reach plug in there.
There you go. Right. So you've been using Humble Swap and you've had a good experience. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So the customer help's awesome.
Oh, right. I know that. Isn't that
so cool? Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I love that.
When do you ever have customer support on a DEX? I mean, come on.
But it feels so Algorand. That's what I like about it. It feels Algorand. It's that connection. It's that more personal feel. And I think that's what a lot of the people in the community have sort of come together around. And I think that's a good place to be in.
Yeah. So, I mean, not to talk too much about the token, that's not necessarily why we're here, but I mean, so what is the utility? I mean, I know you can actually spend gems on the site, right? You can buy and you can spend on the site, but you can actually, purchase an NFT with gems. And that's
yes, that is correct. So the very first utility of gems was you could tip a creator, and if you tip them gems, their profile would have a little bit of a higher chance of being in the featured area. But that was not, well, it's cool, but it needed a little bit more thought behind how it was going to be integrated, because it's something you can easily game. So
I was going to say, like, I could just tip I can start a wallet.
Immediately, everybody, it's fun. It's nice to say, but it's not a perfect system, if you will. That was just like kind of like the initial utility of the token, if you will, something to give it.
It was a good idea, but then you didn't think about
if the thought counts, then we did a good job. So so that was the first utility of the token. But even from the token sale, people knew it was about having a DAO, it was about having a governance, and it was about people being able to contribute to the AlgoGems marketplace and be rewarded with the fees. So the token isn't buying like the equity of gems. It's not buying shares in gems. You're getting a utility token where you say, I'm going to stake and contribute to making this marketplace better. And then I'm the person who deserves the fees. So that was the vision. That's kind of what pulled me in. And I'm very happy that we're there now. But in that middle ground where the only utility was tipping and you could go stake on Yieldly, there weren't a lot of reasons to hold on to the token at the time. So I think we're coming into our utility now, and the utility of the token, which is excellent. And I think it's a lot of value added, and it makes our lives a lot easier at Gems, which I think is like a huge part of having a successful DAO, is our community is verifying, they're banning, they're choosing spotlights, and we don't have to deal with any when verified comments. Like, it's all being done by the users. I think 350 of them. And we've had around 50 to 60 votes per vote, and that's 30 a week. So we're getting a lot of voting, a lot of interaction, and people are getting very interested about what makes a good marketplace. The community we're cultivating, it really is going well. Yeah, we're starting to build that that community that wants to be the best marketplace, and they feel like they are empowered to do so because they have a direct say in what the marketplace looks like.
That's so cool. So if somebody wanted to participate in this, is it on Discord? Is that where this is kind of being worked out, or where?
Yes. Yeah. So if you don't even have a token and you just want to talk to people who are governing and talk to the people verifying, talk to the people banning, there's a whole section in the Discord for creators. But you can talk to people governing, saying, this is why I think I should be verified. This is why I think this profile should be banned. And over the next quarter, we're going to have on-chain messaging where you're going to be able to say, like sending a transaction with a memo field to say why I'm doing something, and kind of bring it more Web3, so you don't have to leave the website. But we have a place where you can talk directly, interact with the governance, and help shape AlgoGems. And it's been really fun. There's a lot of really passionate people.
What's the barrier to entry? Do you just need to own some gems and then you get a say, or what is it?
Yeah, so I believe 1 gem is the minimum you need to be able to get in and see the governance and see the votes as they happen, and be able to propose people to be banned and those type of things. There's a window though that it opens, and that's only at the end of the period. So if you have gems right now and they're sitting in your wallet and you didn't make the governance window, you don't have an opportunity to make the next one until the first weeks of May, I believe it is, because there's still about 30 something days left on this governance. So though that 2-week window, it gives you 1 week in that 2-week window where you'll be able to see they'll see 2 weeks. You'll have 2 chances to vote on a current system, kind of see what the governance is like. And then you can determine whether you want it's a snapshot. They don't leave your wallet, but you have a chance to join the governance in that 2-week period, see what it's like. And as long as your snapshot, your gems balance never falls below, just like Algorand governance, like exact same idea. We followed their footsteps, if you will, for what we did. And as long as it doesn't fall below, you have access to the votes. And if you are a active voter who participates over 60 to 70% of the time, you are entitled to about 3 times the rewards of those people who just stake their gems and never touch them. So inside of the governance, there's an increased APY for those who are active. So I think in this one, it's like 9% if you're inactive APY, and 34%, 35% if you're active. So quite a spread, quite an incentive to be active.
Yeah. I mean, what a great idea that you guys are, what a great model to be empowering the community, and the community getting engaged and kind of, making these decisions collectively. I think that's like a really great approach for NFT marketplace. I mean, NFTs are community driven, as
Exactly. Yeah. And there's so many people out there who do moderation for free on Telegram, Discord, Reddit, where they do moderation because they want to cultivate conversation, or they want to have some control. And we give people a place where they can employ their skills. They can use their skills as a moderator, and they don't need to sign up with anybody. They don't need a KYC to do it. They just need to hold gems in their wallet to be able to do this. So awesome. In the future, there'll be delegation, but right now you do need to hold the gems to take part, but you can see the process on just 1 gem.
So, okay. I mean, I'm not trying to like, be like, oh, this versus this, but there is a sentiment, out there that like Rand is the place to be, right? That's
Yeah,
where you want your NFT. Everybody's on Twitter being like, when am I going to get verified on Rand? Come on, Kraken. Like,
yeah,
let's get it cracking, all that.
yeah.
Nobody's ever said that. I shouldn't have said that, but it doesn't matter. Uh, but there,
Sorry to cut you off. Did my camera go purple on you?
yeah, it sure did. I was wondering. I was like, are my eyes?
I don't know what just happened there, but
Yeah, you got very like you turned a black light on or something.
We're back.
I think we're back. We're back. We're back. So, okay. So just to finish that question is that seems to be, current state of the marketplace. Maybe that's the sentiment out there, right? So I guess my question is what are you seeing like for AlgoGems to kind of, make up some of that ground to become the premier NFT marketplace on Algorand?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
first thing I'd like to say is I think like Rand, Kraken, they excellent job. There's a
Yeah.
reason why they're number one, and they do a very good job with being there for their creators right when they need them. Um, they do a great job. That's the reason why they're so big, is because they have such a strong connection with the creators. And I think what we need to do as AlgoGems to start taking some market share or start being a place where new creators want to come is,
Yeah.
first of all, offering everything that Rand offers. That only started happening very recently. He had shuffles for a very long time before us, and his place was the place to go to distribute your NFTs. There's no doubting that. The following developed from doing that, and people who rightfully so should be loyal to Rand Gallery makes total sense to me. So I think there's a certain amount of market at Rand Gallery that is going to stay there regardless of how great AlgoGems is, because Rand Gallery has never done wrong by them, and they're just loyal. They're a loyal community to Rand Gallery, and he's offered a lot. So
Yeah.
Rand Gallery definitely is kind of like the person we're trying to chase, and like they're the we want to offer everything they can offer, but we're starting to come into our own where we're offering additional features, and where we're starting to employ Teal 5 smart contracts, applications, being able to have like ASAs as a payment, right? USDC, gems, headline.
That was a cool announcement. Yeah.
And I can give some alpha. Like we'll be integrating Go BTC and Go ETH, so you'll be able to list NFTs in ETH or Bitcoin, which is like if you got someone in OpenSea who's like, oh, I only sell my stuff for 1 ETH, put it on AlgoGems for 1 ETH, let it sit there. So that's coming up in the next like week or so. Yeah,
that's really cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Why not? Right. So
why not?
Yeah. Like that's part of the beauty of Algorand, though, is like I very rarely have an idea where they say, oh, we can't do it on this block. Like never, actually. I've never had an idea that they said it's not possible. It's like, oh, you just got to wait a month and then that feature is released. There's like such a steady pace of innovation on the layer 1 chain that's always reverse compatible and has allowed us to like keep like you get kind of inspired by what they do, because the features they add, they put you in a place where like, oh, how can I leverage that to the best of my ability? Like you're kind of following, they can kind of lead the way a little bit on where you decide to innovate in. So I think just in the last 2 weeks, they allowed you to check wallet balances to see, do you not have enough algo? Are you opted into too many applications? Something like that. So we added that. And then 2 weeks after that, they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to take the limits off of applications and off of ASAs. So it's like, oh, we didn't really need that. You released that 2 weeks before the other one, but thank you. And we'll use part of it. But yeah, the other bit of functionality is thankfully like, oh yeah, by the way, over 1,000, and you can have as many applications as you want. So huge upgrade.
Of course, that was a great upgrade. But yeah, as a person looking from the outside here, it does seem like you guys are constantly being like, all right, how can we provide additional value? What is it can we do? You guys were quick to integrate AlgoGlyph, the headline product, the signatures, and the and now you're accepting different ASAs. I think that it's such, and obviously, like you said, Rand is sort of what you guys have been chasing, but the Algorand NFT ecosystem is brand new and it's growing. So there's going to be new artists. They're going to be looking for new places. And you know, I think it's an excellent idea for somebody to be able to use ETH. I mean, you just have to, you know, use Algo Mint. You can send an ETH over, and you can buy, you know, whatever you can, you know, well, you'd have to spend probably what, 10 ETH for Algorand or something.
Yeah, where they're headed. Yes, yeah.
We're not that cheap over here at Algorand. All right, on everything. So okay, cool, man. So so you have this DAO. It's actually starting to function. You're voting inside of your Discord. If anybody wants to participate,
so sorry. Let me clarify that we're voting on chain on the website, but they're discussing why they're voting in the Discord.
Oh,
so the voting's happening on chain. You sign transactions. You pay the 0.001 algo to do it. It's a fully on chain governance. They discuss the governance in the Discord. So that's why I'm saying you don't need to have gems. You can just talk to the people who have gems and share your opinion. We have a lot of creators who don't hold gems but have collections, interacting directly with the governors and saying, I applied for verification. These are the reasons why. Here's reference images of me creating the art. And that's all I meant. But no, the governance is fully on chain. It's not a Discord bot. It's shout out to OGS, but no, it's not. We keep it on chain.
That's so cool. And so what are you using to vote?
It's the gems token.
What voting tool? I mean, you guys just integrated some sort of voting mechanism on the website, or is there?
We made our own governance voting system. So it's similar to Algorand governance, that it takes a snapshot, but you snapshot to one address, and then when you do verification votes, banning votes, they get signed to a separate address. The spotlighting is not on a Web3 interaction right now. It's purely Web2 when you choose to spotlight, upvote, or downvote. But banning or verifying, you sign a transaction to a wallet that says, I agree that this person should be verified, or I agree this person should be banned, or I disagree. Either way. So it's all on chain. Like if you propose to ban someone who's verified and that ban gets thrown out and people don't ban and it was a bad ban, you'll get penalized for that in your percentage. So you'll fall down from maybe 60%. It'll affect you extra because you're really trying to harm the marketplace if you try to propose someone to be banned who shouldn't be. Like you're trying to be malicious. And verification, on the other hand, we believe that there is a middle ground between when you're verified and you're an unverified creator who can just still be on AlgoGems. But when you're verified, that's saying that we've kind of put a little bit of approval to you, and we've put a little bit of the DAO, at least the token, the community has said, we think these people are quality creators. So they're defining the line, and there's certainly a verified category, a middle ground where you still have to prove yourself, or people need to understand why you should be verified. And then certainly all the scammers, all the people trying to rip, like you get banned. Like that is a quick process. You need one gem to propose a ban. And we've had, I think, under 2% of bans have been like, people have once or twice have proposed the wrong people to ban. And one of them was Headline. Someone tried to ban the Headline account, like right when it came out. That was like the first, someone immediately proposed Headline to ban. So
it didn't pass.
It did. No, definitely not. No. And everyone who voted correctly on it and decided, no, these people don't need to be banned, improved their percentage. And the one person who proposed it did very poor for themselves.
There you go. Well, see, I mean, it makes sense. You don't want like that kind of spammy, behavior. So the last thing I'll say about the token is that I was actually surprised a few weeks ago when I was looking into AlgoGems a little bit more. There's only 10 million of these things. I mean, so that's pretty scarce, So
yes,
and the token's been doing pretty well the past couple of weeks.
Yes, like it had been a while since I could say that the token had been doing well. We had a great climb from right when Algorand was going from like $2 to $3 that day. Like we went from, I think, 10 cents all the way to like $2.10 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Right on the day we listed on MEXC, and then from there, that same day it dropped to like $1.30, and it had just been a painful ride all the way down to like 20 cents, and like 0.2 algo value from being one algo equivalent. So a lot of pain, lost some members in the Telegram. People definitely felt that one. People felt that one. And we didn't stop. We didn't stop innovating. The team wasn't selling tokens. We just kept building. And the difference on this rise, if you will, is that there's a very strong incentive for people to hold their tokens. And this governance period, at the end of it, when you're given your rewards, you're going to be incentivized to restake what you get, like your initial plus what you get for extra weight in the next governance. So we'll incentivizing delayed gratification. There's going to be a reason where you can kind of snowball your stack, not in gems, but saying, yes, there's only 10 million gems, but in the governance, the weighting can be over 10 million because maybe you have a 5% multiplier applied. If all the gems were in governance, let's say, right?
Right.
We're going to be able to apply maybe a 3% or a 5% amplifier to the next period. And then that can keep building and building where eventually a number I'm playing around with is 5 years to double the weight, but 5 years is such a long time in crypto. It's,
oh my God,
we're going to work on it. And the governance helps. Like that's the
you're gonna like in 5 years your beard's gonna look like mine.
Yeah, sweaters. No, I'll have the sweater beard. I'll have the sideburns coming out to here. I'll be like, woo. I'll have the glasses. I'll find glasses for
pepper. Yeah. You'll have it'll be a polo shirt. Like you'll be so dignified. You'll have like I don't know. It won't be that anyways. What is that t-shirt, by the way? Is that a helicopter or is that a fish?
That's a fish. That's a shore casting tournament from Maui. It's a Trevelyan and Alua.
That's cool. All right. Yeah. So I'm like a fish. I'm like, oh, shiny. What is that? All right. So when we were talking in Austin, you would mention something that seemed like a big deal, and I was surprised I hadn't heard about it. And so I figure I'm not the only person that hasn't heard about this. So maybe you can let everybody know, what is the Kin DAO? Am I getting that right? Kin DAO, right?
Kin DAO, yeah.
So what is the Kin DAO? All right.
So the Kin DAO is a collaborative effort of the NFT marketplaces that exist on Algorand, those who want to collaborate, to work on features together that would better serve the community done together. So that's things like auctions, sales, shuffles, things that we're all going to do them together and let marketplaces compete in a friendly manner. But if you develop with Kin, we have auditing. We have free auditing from the Algorand Foundation for life. We have Chris Swenner from Reach as an advisor, and those will be the people behind developing the contracts. And that's purely what is in it for the NFT marketplace with Kin DAO. That's kind of why marketplaces want to join, is so that they can work together to get more features out, safer features, and focus more on the user experience and not making sure your smart contract is safe. The other side of it for the community is Kin DAO is going to be a place where people can search the blockchain for any type of NFT, like an indexer. They're going to have the ability to vote on NFTs they think are extra quality, kind of a little bit of like a Reddit, if you will, or a way to say, I think these are the higher quality NFTs on chain. A little bit of a curation. For sure, there's curation there on an NFT by NFT basis. And Evan from Zestbloom, he's done some amazing work with an algorithm that can assign pieces like certain. It can first of all find pieces based on traits. Like you put cat in, and it will pull up all the Algorand NFTs that look like cats.
I remember him talking about this. Yeah.
So that's a.
I met him actually. I met Evan last night. Last night.
Such a cool guy. Such a smart guy. Nice. He's very motivated, and he has a lot of great ideas on how. Well, a lot of his ideas. The reason why Kin came about is because most of the ideas he had were better served collaboratively, not one marketplace trying to do it. And he was one person who was really pushing for Kin because he wanted us to come together to do NFTs as best as we can and not all just fight each other, because Algorand is a small community when you compare it to the others like Solana, Binance, Ethereum. We're very tiny. We all know each other in a way. Like it's very easy to jump in a few Twitter spaces and you kind of know who's active in the community. And it's very true that we're going to better serve everybody collaborating. And that's what Kin is. Kin is us coming together, collaborating, and empowering the community. But who are the members of Kin DAO? Yeah, so it's Zestbloom, Dartroom, and AlgoGems right now. Those are the three members in it. We're open for other marketplaces and other people to come in and join. We're in talks right now. I don't say we're in talks. I think that people who would also be good in the DAO would be IWS. They're kind of like Arts Sports. They have an Algorand Foundation grant. And another project that could serve the back-end smart contract development side is actually Headline. So Those are kind of, it's not just NFTs. It's I'll take that back. It's NFTs, but NFTs are used by all the projects, and they're just keep growing in use cases and popularity. So incorporating as many Algorand projects as we can in developing contracts, pooling development talent, pooling ideas, the better we're going to serve the community with the assets we have. So
that's cool. So
it's about collaboration.
Absolutely. And it sounds like that's the theme with AlgoGems, is that you guys are seeking collaboration, community, input from the community, and trying to really find the sweet spot with, moving this forward and making it, keep growing the whole thing and the NFT Algorand space in general. Right. Yeah. So, okay. So how far along, because where is this Kin DAO? How far are you guys still in the kind of like, you're forming it, you're coming up with the plans, or is this already something that is active?
So no, it's active, but it's still in the shadows. There's a web page up. You can read about it, but the products aren't available for you to use right now. But that's going to change over the next month. Like, expect to start seeing the ability to search, or there will be stuff you can actually interact with in this month and certainly next, but it's very close, and the work has been happening for over 2 months at this point.
Yeah. I'm always so surprised how difficult it is to search for NFTs. Like, it's like you have to get it so right on NFT Explorer. Like, you have to really put it in correctly for you to find the thing you're looking for. And so I think being able to search, like, if you're like, all right, I know that thing I liked had a cat. I know it was a cat thing. I just don't remember. Was it Meowgo? What am I looking for? And let me just put in cat and see all the things with cats. Anyways, I think that's what I mean. So, there we go.
But it's just better for the user, and it's fun to use, and it's going to allow creators who might not have gotten the chance to be seen. You're like, oh, I really like this one, but these are all similar to it, and they're 1/10 the price, and they give me better ownership, or like, I think it's just going to be great in general for the whole ecosystem. And it'll be like NFT Explorer. We use them. They're great to work with. I like what they do. And I think there's a place for everybody, but I know what Kin is offering is going to be very unique, and it's going to be a big draw to help bring even people cross-chain over, right? Like, we should talk about that as well, that Kin DAO is in Reach. Kin DAO's language will be Reach. Reach is chain agnostic. So the contracts we develop are chain agnostic. So Kin DAO is also going to be an engine to bring people from other chains onto Algorand, which is, as we know, where they should be.
That's absolutely right. And you said it earlier, you guys are already integrating Go ETH and Go BTC. So, there's the possibilities are limitless with what you can wrap and bring over to Algorand, and being able to use whatever somebody's, more native currency is from somewhere else. They may be more comfortable with that. And I think this is really cool. So there's going to be obviously a token. What is going to be called Kin? I mean,
I think so. I think that's a safe bet. I think you hit it. I think that's it. It'll have 2 N's is my guess, but there is no token out right now. Do not buy any Kin token. Do not get it. Everybody will tell you when it's available, and I would expect it to be more like the Go Mint launch, where it's like LP you can get into. That seems a lot safer than other approaches, and it's less of like a pump and dump kind of launch to a token.
That was pretty cool how they kind of controlled the price for people. They were like, you guys only buy it between 10 and 15 cents. Obviously you could buy it from, less. I think some people did get less. It's never a bad idea to buy it less, but still, like, they were trying to really make sure that this thing didn't, like what happened on all these other launches. My favorite, I only see Zone.
I'm trying to convert some people for you.
I'm a Zone max. It's hard. They're not coming with me.
I'm having trouble finding the blockchain bowlers, but I'll let you know when I find out where they're all hanging out.
I am going to kill whenever I find, when they get those cameras in the bowling alley, I'm challenging everybody.
Sell the AFK elephants on AlgoGems. Bring them. We'll give you a little place to sell your zone. Oh, no. We'll help you offload those elephants.
My elephant is mine. I'm not going to take that 75% loss. I'm just gonna hold it. All right.
No,
So
no, we love Zone. We love Zone out here. We love Zone.
Yes, we do too.
I love Zone.
I'm joking. I mean, look, I got 11 Zone from my common elephant. So look, that's almost 50 cents, Wilder. So you stop talking poorly about Zone.
No,
all right. To anybody out there, I'm joking. I do hold Zone, but I am joking. I don't only see Zone. I also see Algo. All right. So what am I talking about? So, all right.
Just so you can convert the Algo into Zone. That's why you have to see it. Yeah.
That's it. And if anybody else if you hold Planet token, swap it for Zone. Watch. Oh man, I'm comfortable with you, Wilder. That's why I'm turning this into a bit of a mess.
I'm having a good time. I'm having a very good time.
All right, good. So what are we missing here? So okay, so I feel like so Kin DAO, there's a lot. I'm getting the feeling that there is a lot that is going to be announced soon, and you're kind of being like, all right, what am I supposed to say and what am I not supposed to say? I'm getting
very much so, and I think how we'll pivot from here is we have on April 1st. There's going to be a Ukraine donation benefit. We have an address. Rand Gallery is part of this using Instant Shuffle. So is Zestbloom. So is AlgoGems, and
cool.
That's like a collaborative. That's kind of your first taste of Algorand NFT collaboration. We're going to come together. We're going to be supporting the same artists. No fees on any of the platforms. It all goes to that donation address.
Nice.
And yeah, that's kind of like the first taste of us all coming together. Rand is not an official partner, but you know what I mean. They can come on board. They help out. Always. You can always talk to Kraken. Kraken's a great person, and they're good people. We strive to fill the. We strive to be what Rand Gallery is right now, but we're not there yet. But we're offering our own features, our own lane. But he did a great job building that support, that following. So
he sure did.
We're going to be working with him for a long time, I imagine.
Cool. And so I hadn't heard about this benefit. So there's a Ukrainian benefit on, and all of the NFT marketplaces, or most of the NFT marketplaces, are participating.
No, it's just Rand, Zestbloom, and ourselves, and that's because depending on how you did your contract, some of them have modifiable commissions, some don't. We all have marketplaces where you're able to set them to 0%, and that's why it's going to be Instant Shuffle, not Rand, Instant Shuffle, which is a Rand product. AlgoGems and Zestbloom will all be 0% fee. The full proceeds of the sales are going to be given to the creators, and the creators are then giving it to the donation address.
Who are some of these creators? Who's going to be participating?
I should know those off the top of my head. I am going to be looking at the AlgoGems Twitter to give you the little list, but
you're like bored Alien Squad, Al Goofy.
yeah. Only the finest. No, actually, Alien Pride Art is part of this.
Oh, good.
Delta Crew.
Yeah, they're the legit Alien product.
Yeah, only the legit. Yeah, they won't rug you right away. You can support the Ukraine. They won't rug the Ukraine. We're gonna do good.
Thank
by
God.
them. Yeah. So Vlad 3 Design, the Delta Crew, Tim Ung, Nosa Camera, and more to come. Like we just started to put the feeler out. If you are a creator who wants to contribute to this, just reach out, send us a message, respond to a tweet. You can join in, you can contribute, and we're just trying to have an impact. Just what we can do, right? You share your creativity and you make a difference in the Ukraine.
Yeah, and now I know that Ukraine has made it so Algo can be contributed as well. Yeah, donated is the word.
Yeah, so there's hopefully we can get some numbers and make a headline out of it. That'd be fun. We're definitely going to promote it, and just anything you can do is appreciated. So nice. we're proud of this one.
Nice. All right. So what am I missing? I feel like we covered it, but so we have AlgoGems, we have the Kin DAO. So what other aspects here are we missing?
Well, I think I'd like to talk a little bit about NFTs and kind of like what people are doing with NFTs right now that I find interesting.
Oh yeah, let's do that. I like that conversation. So let's talk about what excites you about the NFT space right now, outside of of course the. Can you still hear me, by the way?
Yes. Oh, I can hear you perfectly.
So what, yeah, so you said it and now I'm just framing the question for you, but yeah, so what does excite you about NFTs? How about that? I'll just keep it.
Yeah. This is it's people who are starting to add utility into their NFTs where it's I've seen it with purely art projects, Headline, where they're airdropping you or giving you features. NFTs that give you partial ownership, Monarch DAO, or not Monarch DAO, Monarch, which Chris is a part of, Alloy as well, which Chris is a part of, but there are so many.
Alloy is previously Game Jam protocol, right?
Game Jam, yeah. But I've drank tequila with all of them. Good people. They're building good projects, and they all are pushing the envelope on what an NFT is. And there's no limit. Like you can do so much with what you can. You have a memo field, and how you leverage that you have 1 kilobyte to figure it out, and you can put a lot of text in there and reference a lot of things. And then on the visual side, what you can pin to, the pinning still is a string in the transaction, but there's so much possibility with a non-fungible token. And current projects, honestly, AFK. I like that. I think that's a cool way to do an NFT. I hope there's more projects like what Zone's doing with their NFTs. Headline does with their NFTs. I think is very cool. Super biased, but I think Headline NFTs, go pick some up.
The Algo Astros. They're
Algo Astros. Yes.
Yeah, those are very popular on AlgoGems, correct?
Headline has helped us out so much with using us and kind of partnering with us and promoting partnering with us and running their sales through our site. But they from the very beginning always had utility in their NFTs. They were never selling an NFT just for the art. It was always something extra.
Yeah, I know it is. I mean, look, obviously they sponsor my show, but I remember some months back, everyone was like, well, what's the utility for HDL, or, what's the utility for the Astros? And then it seems like Aaron was just like, all right, hold this. And then now he's just throwing utility.
It's doing well by their holders. That's what excites me about NFTs, are people who are pushing the envelope and trying to add more things to it. And like there's new ideas for this all the time, and I still don't think we're even close to, on the visual end, what we can do with NFTs on Algorand. Like we just recently allowed for video, audio, and in select cases JSON for NFTs, but like
what's that last word that you just said?
Programmable NFTs, JSON as a file format, and it can evolve, like an evolving NFT, if you will, something that can change. So there's a lot that we can still do on Algorand, just trying to take all the features of Ethereum, what you can do on OpenSea. All of that is capable to do on Algorand. It's just us building it, and there's that's what excites me is kind of what we don't know, like how much I'm surprised and impressed weekly about new concepts of NFTs, and even the ones where you have this NFT, then you get a baby from it, and then that can maybe evolve, or it's just fun.
Exactly. It is fun. And that it absolutely is fun. It gives people like, it just helps build that community. And like, okay, now I have an egg and my egg's going to hatch. And okay, now you can turn these in and then it'll turn into a mutant, however you gamify it. It's so encouraged, obviously. And I think it really helps adoption with NFTs. I was scrolling Twitter this morning, and Meld Gold, I think, is partnered up with, I forget the project's name. Maybe it's called Knights of Algorand. But yeah, you're going to get airdrops of gold. You're going to get the
cool.
Meld Gold. I mean, come on, that's fun. Yeah,
one other thing I wanted to mention with NFTs that I like, and it's a little bit more difficult on Algorand with the opt-in, so a little bit more work where you just can't like, oh, show me your address and I drop it to you. But having a one of 10,000 or whatever NFT where you as a creator can give people a memento, a proof of participation, I was here kind of thing. Those are so great for building relationships with people or getting people interested in the space, like sending them 0.1001 algo, and then they opt into the asset with it in front of you, and then you drop it to them, and then they can't move that NFT until they send some more algo to that account. So they can look at your NFT and they knew, oh, I was there, I've always got this. But it's I can say this, and it's a little bit of a teaser, but we are working on a way that you're going to be able to airdrop NFTs to people where you can reference. It's kind of like a permanent atomic swap or something like that. But we will be working on a way to make it easier for people to give out NFTs on Algorand.
Oh, cool. What do you think? Obviously the Algorand NFT space is growing. I think we all see that, and that's very exciting. There's now, we have some blue chip projects out there that are bringing in real, real amounts of money and developing large communities that love it.
Yeah.
How do you see Algorand kind of, maybe they don't overtake Ethereum, but like, how do you see Algorand competing and getting up there and growing even and bringing people in basically just for the NFTs? Like, how do you see Algorand growing?
I think I see Algorand growing when people start understanding what it has to offer. It's an education thing. It's just people don't know about it. Once people know about it, it will grow. Once people see it through the right lens or know enough to know the differences between the chains they're on, that's when it will happen. But I think we are still in a very early. I still think we are very early in that. To go back to 2017. 2017, there was Bitcoin, and then there was like Litecoin, XRP, and a couple others, Doge, and that was like those were the cryptos and very surface level interaction. Now, I came into crypto very technically, but for a lot of people, they just have crypto on Robinhood, or they just get told to buy a certain crypto and then do this with it, and they don't look at it. As people learn more, I think we're naturally going to draw a lot of people. As a chain, how like us as developers in the chain can make it grow, I think is having good quality bridges. I think that's something Algorand is lacking right now, good quality bridges. And I think as soon as we make it easy for people to flow between Ethereum and if it needs to be Solana, any chain, we should have good quality bridges. I know it's difficult. It's easy to say, make me a bridge. Like I know it's difficult. I know there's been a lot of exploits with bridges, but that's how I feel it grows, is when you give people a very easy, decentralized way to move capital in. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think that's it, because then once there's good quality bridging, then projects can also, Ethereum projects can move over and or they can launch on both, or however, however they're going to do it.
Reach. There we go. That's the other thing. Reach. When you develop, if people start building programs on Ethereum with Reach, they're going to say, hey, if I just put ALGO in instead of ETH, I've now got an ALGO program. Why am I putting this on Ethereum right now? Or why don't I do both? So I think there's going to be, I think you're going to see Algorand projects that are currently on Algorand maybe have a presence on other chains with the purpose of trying to suck them back over to this side. So if projects are using Reach, then there's a good chance that they're going to be able to deploy some functionality on other chains to try to hook people in and bring them back. So look out for projects that are doing a lot of Reach development, because those projects have a lot more flexibility than those purely developed on Python.
That's right. I know. Bridges, wasn't it? I didn't actually look too closely at it, but wasn't the Axie Infinity hack yesterday?
And they didn't find out for 6 days. Oh,
$600 million.
Oh, it was so
crazy.
bad. It was so bad.
So much. That's so much money.
I feel.
It's funny. Last night I was at the an Algorand event here where I live, and it was like an axe throwing party. Paul Wall was there. Paul Wall.
Okay.
Yeah. And he performed a song or two. And the guy from that protocol, there was a guy there, and he's like, I didn't talk to him, but everyone was like, yeah, he's over there. He's like, oh yeah, bad day. I was like, yeah, $600 million. That sure is a bad day.
It's
hard. It's so opaque though, because it's like, I get it. I mean, it's you almost wonder, some of these bridge hacks are they hacks? Or is that an inside? $600 million is quite the incentive to be like, all right, bye.
That's a lot of it. That's a lot of it. It's the incentives and how do you ensure your community that it's a trustless bridge, or how do you have auditors who are quality enough to ensure the bridge? So that's why I'm saying, like, when I say that we need bridges, they're probably going to be bridges made in Reach, where you're using the same code on each end, where it's not like, oh, I have my Solidity side and then my Python side. I've made it all in Reach, and it's the same program on each. Like I think we're just early, and I think the tools are going to be there. But when we can open those floodgates and people can say, yeah, I'm going to keep my asset where it's not going to fork, or like I'm going to put my intellectual property on a chain where it's not going to be forked. That will be when people start coming in a lot more than they are currently. But I'm still I still see the growth, and like we are experiencing the growth in our communities. So we're on a good track. We just need to maintain this pace. And I think with Reach, with the Algorand Foundation, Borderless Capital does a lot of support in the ecosystem. They've supported us a lot, and I know they do the same for other projects. But I think the future is very bright. Yeah,
for sure. And then also, not to mention, or not to forget to mention, state proofs and whatever what C3 protocol is working on, and so the bridging. There's a bright future for bridging to Algorand for sure.
Yes, and
and then I mean, we are seeing, obviously there's been some downward pressure on the pricing of NFTs, but I think we all need to remember that, not everything always goes up. Even NFTs are included. There's going to be lulls in the market, because it felt like for a while, I'm sure to everybody, was like, whoa, NFTs just keep on getting more popular. They keep on going up and up and up and up. And then I think we've all kind of woken up to the market has volatility both directions. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like it's no one enjoys losing an investment or some of their money, but I think I think as long as people are being responsible with their NFT purchases and not overextending themselves with any other investment, I still see there as a lot of value to be locked in an NFT, and that's why I was talking a little bit about the utility NFTs, because you're not just relying on the artwork, and you don't run that risk of kind of like the rug pull, right? Where I can't fully investigate this one piece. Like, what if someone just went through a library and pulled out some obscure book from some play and just stole? It's such a hard job when you're purely focused on the art, that that's why I like utility NFTs, because it's a little bit more Web3. It's not, you kind of you protect yourself a little bit, but
utility and NFTs are definitely the future. I mean, there will always be community, things that are fun, and images that are that people love, but it seems like you gotta create a community through utility, and make it fun to participate, right?
Yes. Yeah. And
so
we're gonna do it. It's happening. It's happening. And I think
it feels like it's happening. Before we close up here, when you look out at NFTs right now, which one are you excited about? What are the last couple of NFTs that you bought that you're like, oh, these are awesome? Not to say that the ones you don't mention are not awesome. I'm not trying to put you in that spot.
I can say exactly what NFTs I have. So I bought a Platinum Astro. I saw that and I was like, yeah, I gotta have that. So I got one of those.
Yeah.
I purchased
is that what their people are? Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but so people are calling them plastros. I like that.
I've seen that in the unofficial headline chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Jim Coin's a big shout out to Jim Coin.
He's funny. That guy's funny.
He's a good one. That's what I enjoy. The Blapu collection. They did launch on. These are AlgoGems favorites right now, so I'm going to start with the AlgoGems ones I like. So Blapu's another one. Built-in rarity scores. They don't use ARC69, but they did it programmatically, so you still do have a percentage of how rare it is.
Oh, cool.
But it's artistic. There's not the utility behind it. It's just like a fun. It's more of a community feel that's not dog-based or cat-based. So maybe that's the differentiation.
Yeah, actually, I haven't seen these. What are they? What is it?
They're little blue. They're kind of like Pepe frogs, but they're blue, and they're cute. They're cute. They partnered up with Rugman to do the art. It was a collaborative project where a popular AlgoGems creator made the artwork for them, made the assets for them, then they generated them and they sold them. But that is actually a project that has an ASA where they, from proceeds of the NFT sales, they buy back their community token, or they've actually started buying some gems so they can impact the governance and vote for themselves on the spotlight. But that's another one where there's a little bit of utility because they're buying things back with the NFT sales. Right. And now I'm going to leave the AFK elephants. Yeah, I think those are great. I'm still still gonna be preying on somebody. I'm waiting for that to drop a little bit, but we'll see where that roller coaster heads.
Okay, so you actually do like the AFK elephants because of what you're talking about, like the whole idea behind them, and
seriously,
they're you can get some deals on them, right?
Yeah, no, they're
don't make me get on my zone pulpit again.
No, that's an example. I'm interested in those. Let me think. Algo leagues, they have NFTs where you're allowed to fuse them. Algorand, Ager, there's lots of projects on Algorand that you are putting utility in their NFTs.
Those guys are cool too.
Yeah, gaming NFTs.
That guy, the engineer at Ager, he was that guy's a cool guy. I like that guy. I forget his name, but yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. I don't remember his name either right now. So
okay,
he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
cool guy.
Funny. He's funny. Yeah, he's like one of those guys that insults you, but with a huge smile on his face, and you're like, "This is fun." That wasn't a nice thing that he said to me, but it's just made it fun. So,
for pure art, I really like Algo hands. I have one of those. I think they're super cool.
I do like those Algo hands.
And Tim P's rugs, the rugs, the multiple rugs. Yeah, I love those. That's such a fun project.
He's got to do like a Algorand like Persian beautiful rug, because I'm stealing that from
that was a beautiful rug.
Come on, gorgeous rug, man. They really sold it and then came away with a lot of algo. So poor.
Yes,
I mean, I don't. Were you did you participate in Algorand?
No. I just buy gems and hold them.
That's all you're doing.
I just acquire gems for the long haul. I just increase. Yeah. So then when I'm holding the bag, I'm really holding the bag.
You're like, oh, I am going to keep on buying gems because I need to stay focused on my job. I got it. The only reason you're like, all right, you're just tending your bag right now. You're like, okay, I got to go to ReCoop. I got to get this message out there. This cannot go back to 20. Don't let this thing go back to 20 cents. Mom, your mom holds gems. Does your mom hold gems?
I don't know. I'm one of those people that has recommended to their family that they get on Algorand, and then yes, I'm like the most biased gems person ever. So yes, my family does hold gems. My family holds gems. I tell my mom to buy gems, so that's how much I believe in gems. But
awesome.
But to get to the NFTs that I like, Bean, I believe Bean DAO just did the beans where you can roast some of them, you can hold some for voting rights. Very cool. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of good projects, and I think Goannas, of course, like the eggs, they're our leaders. They're the ones that are kind of giving us a voice cross chain right now. And I'd love to see Goannas move and get on OpenSea. I think they'd have some fun over there and start to have a discussion of, where'd this come from?
Right. But do you think I would have a feeling that the Goanna community would they see that as a betrayal?
I don't think they have a choice. I just think once the bridge is there, people can do with the NFT what they want, and unless they put a freeze on it, it's going to go where it wants to go. Right. Do people on the Algorand chain think that all that extra liquidity on Ethereum means that they can start getting 50,000 or 100,000 for a Goanna? Right? Is that going to be the draw? Is the first bridge going to be just allowing assets to leave, or is it going to be an NFT bridge where the NFTs can move off, or NFTs can come this way? So that'll also play a factor. What bridge do we get first that people really trust?
Yeah. I mean, it's so clear that interoperability is the future, and all of these like chain wars are going to kind of go away, and it will be when that interoperability is smooth. The best tech will win. And that's where most people are going to go. It's safe, like with Algorand, it can't fork, it's cheap, it's all the great things. And it's building this technology that's going to make bridging safe and lightweight. I think you're right to be getting your mom in algo and gems. I have my dad in algo as well.
Yeah.
I'm now
getting him his elephant.
It.
Getting him his first elephant.
He's got 3 elephants. He's not an elephant guy, but he does have his bag, and I'm a governor for him and stuff like that.
Cool.
So it's cool. So we all believe in it. If you don't tell your mom or you don't tell your dad to do something that you don't actually believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I do believe in the ecosystem. I've met so many people behind it in person.
Yeah.
There's so much passion. There's so much ingenuity, and all the people that I have met at Algorand events are some of my favorite people in the crypto space. And I don't think that's coincidental. I think there's a reason why we've all come together around this project. So I expect a very, very bright future for us.
So I asked you about your favorite NFT project. So who's your favorite YouTube personality that talks about Algorand?
You know the answer to this one. It's 100% crypto nerd. No,
yeah,
it's Coop.
I knew
it's
it.
Coop.
It's Coop.
Coop.
Right?
It's the Coop. Yeah, give me more Coop. Man. You're my mom's favorite YouTuber by a mile. So
this is what I'm talking about. This is an underestimated niche.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Everybody's mom's favorite crypto YouTuber. This is what I you know, you gotta
silver fox with the floral shirt. It's like
come on. This reminds her of like you know, her favorite, like Tom Selleck in the 80s. Like this is
slow down, Coop. Yeah, my mom's gonna watch this. Yeah.
okay, never mind.
Yeah, look into the camera when you're saying this.
Hello, Mrs. Stubbs.
Mrs. Taylor.
Mrs.
Sorry. Taylor. No,
my bad. All right, Mrs. Stubbs is another lady. Sorry. Hello, Mrs. Taylor. Oh boy. Oh, just leave it up to me. All right, so it's not often that I feel uncomfortable. Okay, so what else do we have? We did it. I think we did it. Right?
I think we did it, and I think we can do another one as well. So
I would love to.
Yes.
And so when more of the details about Kin DAO, you know, maybe we can even do like a group thing where some people from the different representatives in the DAO, we can really kind of flesh that out. I find that really compelling. I think it's super cool what you guys are doing, and I'm excited. You know, I think AlgoGems is great. It's got a token. It's, you know, a scarce token. It's got a cool name. I mean, come on, guys.
It's got a cool name.
Gems. It's like, and they're like scarce. It's beautiful. You guys are doing it, man.
Scarce AF. Scarce AF.
Scarce AF. All right, Wilder. I can't wait for the next time. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to say any
final shout out to Gabby, Rizaldo, Dispersed. I'm forgetting some people in this. I shouldn't start doing that. I got some people in the AlgoGems price chat that are like making memes. They're laughing at the bad times. They're here for the good times. And I just want to say to the AlgoGems community, it's been a tough road for those who've been here with us. We love the support. We're going to keep building, and we wouldn't be here without you. So we really thank you. And it's getting better from here. Like there's a lot to look forward to. So thank you.
That's awesome. And I will say, by the way, there's been a couple of guys in my comments, and I can't remember their damn names. Dang it. I should have looked before this. But there's been guys, when are you going to do a video on AlgoGems? And I've been saying, I'm going to do it. And I just kept on not doing it. So I'm glad that you guys know who you are. Maybe put it in the comments.
You're in route. There's another one. Oh God, I got so many. Many. Boris.
Come on, say more.
Boris.
Don't leave them out. You know,
I would almost have to open up the Telegram to start pulling more names. But if I didn't get you on this shout out, I'm gonna get you on the next ReCoop shout out. Okay.
Let's do it.
If I miss your name, you gotta at me. Drop the Where's Wilder sticker. When I miss your name, I will like that. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate this a lot. I appreciate this.
Yeah, this is like it's so much fun. You know, you're definitely one of the good guys out there, and I had a great time hanging out. We'll do it again. There's going to be other conventions. It's going to be great.
Yes, it's going to be a good time. NFT New York or Paris Blockchain if you want to meet the Algorand team or the team behind AlgoGems. We're going to have a presence at Paris Blockchain, and we're going to be at NFT New York. So look out.
Oh yeah. I mean, Paris Blockchain, the French guys. So they're going to be there. Yeah. Are you going to be there? Are you going to
I'm not going to be there. No, I need to do some work. That 6-week ETH Denver to South by, I got to make some Medium articles. So I got a little bit to do here, but I got to do some more interviews. Yeah. So I'll do this. Yeah. I'm going to get back to it, and it's been amazing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Wilder.
Thank you.